What's up, guys? Scott Martin here, talking about topwater lures. You know, there's so many different types to choose from. You've got your walking style baits like we talked about earlier. You have the prop style baits like we've talked about earlier as well. But you know what? The popping style or bubble type walkers. You know, like River to Sea makes a great one. It's called the bubble pop. And what makes this type of topwater lure? What classifies as a bubble type topwater? Basically the mouth here. See how this is a concave mouth? If you have a lure that has a concave mouth like that, that is classified as a popping style bait. You know, basically your Rebel Pop R's, old classics, but some of the companies like River to Sea has really taken it to the next level with this, you know, kind of a higher end look. Colors, pretty simple. I like to match my color to the bait around. Most of the time there's shad or bluegill, so I'm gonna keep it in your natural colors, you know, your shads or maybe a bluegill pattern, but most of the time, you know, kind of your shad patterns like this. Most of them come with a little feather on the back, which adds a little bit of extra flash in the water. It seems like those fish really like it. Now, when I rig these up, I like to fish them on regular P-line. I don't really want to fish it on fluorocarbon. I don't really like to fish it on braid. I like braid on walking baits, but I don't like braid on your popping baits, because what happens is when you pop it forward and it floats in the water, your braid will sink down underneath your hook sometimes and get wrapped on your hook, and then messes your bait up. So your regular monofilament, like your 15-pound P-line, is great choice for your bubble type walkers. So the other thing is you're picking the right rod. I like a 6.5 to 7 foot medium action rod. On the reels, it doesn't matter too much on your speed of your reel, because this is a real slow type application. So a 5 to 1 will work, 6 to 1 will work, or even a 7.3 like I have here with this Helios. Basically, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna throw it out, let the bait settle. That's one of the things. So as I approach a spot like here, these lily pads, I'm gonna throw it as close as I can to those lily pads, let the bait hit the water, let it settle, let those rings on the water kind of dissipate. Okay, then I'm gonna start popping it, and I'm gonna pop the slack line. So watch this, popping the slack line, it makes a nice little bubble. Popping the slack line makes a bubble. I'm using my wrist, real similar to like a walking bait. I'm not jerking my whole arm. Watch me, I'm locked in, I'm using my wrist. Popping that bait along and letting it sit there and popping it again. Now, I'll change up the retrieve. Sometimes I'll maybe give it 2 or 3 pops and then a pause. Some days you just want to pause it and just pop it once and let it sit. So you want to mess around with it a little bit, but the key to this is fishing monofilament line and using your wrist and letting that bait bubble. You don't want a giant hard pop where it's a giant splash, kind of a light little bubble. And a lot of times you'll even hear it go bloop, bloop. When you hear that, you know you're doing it right. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some more tips. And before you leave, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. See you guys.